Good afternoon. I am Shraddha Sheke from KK Wag Institute of Engineering. Welcome to our lecture series on the course Digital Circuits. In this lecture, we are going to talk about unit number 4, which is sequential logic design. So, in our previous videos, we have discussed about different types of the flip-flops, their applications, how their truth table working, and the conversion from one flip-flop to the another flip-flop. We have also talked about the shift registers and the counters. So, this is our second video on the counters, and we will be focusing on the synchronous counter. These are our objectives. Regarding to counters, ring counters, then twisted ring counter, ripple counters, we have already discussed in our previous video. So, basically in this video we will be focusing on the synchronous counter. So, as we have discussed about the different types of the counters, let us focus on the synchronous counter. As you know, the counters are basically classified into two types, synchronous counters and the asynchronous counters. So, a synchronous counter is a counter in which clock pulse, which is a clock, external clock, is common to all the flip-flops. So, all the flip-flops will receive the external clock at the same instant of time. In asynchronous counter, external clock is applied to only first flip-flop. The output of the first flip-flop is acting as a clock for the next flip-flop, and that's why the disadvantage of the asynchronous counter is that there is a large propagation delay as compared to the synchronous counter. Let us talk about 2-bit synchronous up counter. You can observe this diagram. 2-bit, as we know, one flip-flop is used to store 1 bit. That's why I have to design a 2-bit counter. I have used the 2 flip-flops. I have used JK flip-flops over here. The J and K both inputs are joined together. You will observe, as this is a synchronous counter, the clock pulse is common to both the flip-flops. The input JK which of the flip-flop 0, you can say J0 and the K0, are connected to the logic 1 or high, so that flip-flop, that is flip-flop 0, I can say, will toggle again and again, right? Because as per the truth table of the JK flip-flop, when both the inputs are 1, output will toggle again and again, and it will change from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. You will observe the output of the first flip-flop, which is Q0, is connected to the input of the second flip-flop, that is J0 and J1 and K1. That means either J1 K1 both are 0 and both will be 1, and it depends on the value of Q0. So, as per the truth table, we know that for a JK flip-flop, when both inputs are 0, its output will be no change, and when both the inputs are 1, it will toggle. So, the first flip-flop is going to toggle for every rising edges of the clock, and the second flip-flop will going to toggle whenever Q0 is 1 and the rising edge of the clock is there, right? Observe the truth table now. Let us assume that initially output of both the flip-flops are 0. As shown in the truth table, the outputs of both the flip-flops are 0. Q1 is 0 and Q0 is 0. For the first rising edge, as per our discussion, Q0 will change, it will toggle from 0 to 1 because it's both the inputs are connected to the 1, right? And the second flip flop will remain unchanged. How? The instant at which the clock was applied, at that instant the input of the first flip flop was 1 and the input of the second flip flop, that is J1 K1, both were connected to the 0, right. Now when the clock is applied, at that time the Q0 will become 1 and a Q1 will remain 0 because its input was 0. Now for the next clock pulse it may toggle and it will toggle, right. So observe, for what will happen the next clock pulse. The instant when next clock pulse is applied, at that instant the input of the first flip flop is always 1, that we know. The input of the second flip flop, that is J1 and K1, the input of that flip flop is 1 and it will toggle. So you will observe the output will change from 1, output will change to 1 0, that is decimal equivalent 2. Next time Q0 will again toggle, but Q1 will remain unchanged because its input is Q0. So 1 1, and for the next clock pulse both the flip flops will toggle and your output it will go to the 0 again. You can draw the timing you can see the timing diagram also, which is shown. In case of 3-bit synchronous up counter, you will observe the diagram. 3 flip flops I have connected. I will zoom in. Yes, 3 flip flops are connected. Flip flop 0, flip flop 1 and flip flop 2. The 3-bit synchronous counter, so clock is common for all the flip flops. The inputs of both the flip flops are connected to the 1. So J0 and K0 are connected to the 1 for F0. For F1, both the inputs are shorted together and which is equals to Q0. For F2, AND gate is used and the outputs of the previous 2 flip flops are connected. And if we have to go for the 4-bit synchronous counter, we have to repeat that, and the input of the AND gates will be Q0, Q1 and Q2. Now what is the reason for that? Observe the truth table first. Here, as we know, it is a 3-bit up counter, so it is going to count from 0 to 7, right. So you will observe the Q0, observe the column of Q0 first. It is going to toggle again and again, and that's why in the diagram, come to the diagram again, both J0 and K0 are connected to the 1, so obviously Q0 will toggle again and again. When Q1 will toggle? Q1 will toggle whenever rising edge of the clock is there and Q0 is 1. Observe here. Whenever Q0 is 1, observe the column of Q0. First time it is 1 for the first clock pulse, right. At that time, whenever Q0 is 1, the next clock pulse Q1 will toggle, right. Initially it was 0 0, now again 2 times 1 1. Now observe again third, whenever Q0 is 1, the next time for the next rising edge Q1 will toggle and so on, right. That's why Q0 is as it is connected to the J1. Observe this Q2. When Q2 will toggle? Q2 will toggle when the least significant 2 bits are 1, that is Q1 and Q0 are 1 1. At that time only Q2 will toggle. Observe it carefully. That's why AND gate is used and the inputs are given as Q1 and Q0. So its output will be 1 only when both inputs are 1. So only when Q1 and Q0 are 1 1, its output will be 1 and J2 and K2 will become 1 1 and it will toggle. So this is how the circuit will work. Observe the timing diagram as well. So this is the timing diagram and you will observe the various cases, but Q2 is MSB. Now observe 4-bit synchronous binary up counter, same thing, only the third AND gate is used, and so on. So this is how it is used to count. So we have discussed about the counter. So this is one advantage of the counter. In practical session, we will be implementing 4-bit synchronous up counter using IC 74191. So basically 74191 is a 4-bit up counter IC synchronous counter,